Hello and welcome to CKE 10,001's gaming channel. In this video, we'll be looking at my Tokyo Revengers 8 standby deck profile. So to start off, I'm looking at the level 0s. I'm running 3 copies of I'll Protect Hinata. I'll Protect You Hinata. It's a Riki, and you can shuffle back 2 characters, and to give power pump this up by 2k until end of turn. So that's 3 copies. I'm running 3 copies of this Beater. If you have 1 or less other characters, it gets +1 level and 25 power, and when this card becomes reversed, if your memory has 2 or less cards, you can put this card in your memory for filtering compression. So that's at 3 as well. So 3 Takemichi, 3 Hinata. Then I'm running 2 copies of 7th Elementary Mikey. When this card is placed on stage from hand, this card gets X power. Until end of turn, X equals the number of characters your opponent has times 1,000. And when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can put one revenge character from your hand into your clock. If you do, look up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 character from one of them, reveal your opponent, put your hand, and put the rest into your waiting room. I'm running 2 copies of Bully Halloween. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, reveal the top card deck. If it's an event or revenge character, put your hand and then discard a card. And when this card is placed on stage from your hand, if 2 or more other revenge characters, you can draw and discard. So help filtering, help draw into climax cards for your combo. 2 copies of the Salvage Brainstorm, and you can resonate with the level 3 to give your characters power. 2 copies of 5th Division Captain Mucho. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can discard a card. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a level, then you can choose 1 level X or lower character in your waiting room, return it to your hand. X equals to the level of the character revealed, or sorry, the card revealed. So it's a discard outlet and helps you salvage. The salvage will be random, but you can always get a 0 back. And I'm running 2 copies of Let's Split Halves, Baji and Chufuyu. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, choose one of your other revenge characters, and that character gets +1,000 power until a turn. And when your climax is placed on your climax area, you can bounce this back to hand and choose one of your characters, and that character gets +1 soul. So for your basically comboing with your standby. And then 1 copy of this card, which is kind of memory wash and climax swapper. 3 copies of this Takemichi level 1. If the character facing this card is cost 0 or lower, this card gets +1 level and 3,500 power, so it becomes a 118k. And when your other character is frontal attack, you can put this card into your waiting room. If you do, choose one of your characters in battle, and that character gets 2,500 power until end of turn. So it's like a backup from the board. Running 4 copies of your level 1 Way of the Delinquent Draken Clax combo. If the heart of the Clax combo, if the heart that cares for others is in your Clax area, this card and all of your zones get standby. And if your stock has 5 or less, this card gets +4k. And Encore. 5 or less, yeah, Encore. And then 1 copy of the level 2 Level Downer, and also helps assist for 500. 4 copies of your standby target. If you have 2 or more other revenge characters, this card gets continuous +3k. And when this card attacks, you can pay 1 to double trigger check, and has hand Encore. So 4th Division Captain Smiley. Bring that 4 copies. And 3 copies of the Early Play Hinata. And you can sack a character on the board when it's placed on stage from hand to heal into your stock. And 4 copies of the Finisher, New Era for Delinquents Mikey. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may heal. And the Climax combo, at the end of this card's attack, if New Era for Delinquents is in your Climax area, you may pay the cost, which is Resonate, pay 3, put 1 card from your hand into your room, and reveal 1 copy of New Delinquents Mikey in your hand. If you do, look up to 3 cards from the top of your opponent's deck, choose up to 3 characters with level X or lower total power from among them, and put them into the clock in any order, and you may put the rest into the waiting room. X equals to the power of this card, and it's not blockable, the damage that is. Running 2 copies of no matter how many times I fail Takemichi. It's an assist. All your other revenge characters get +2,000 power, and the following ability: when this card is frontal attacked, you can pay 1 to discard a revenge character. If you do, this card cannot become reverse. And when this card is placed on stage from hand, look up to 3 cards on top of your deck, put them on top of your deck in any order, and choose up one of your opponent's characters and return return it to their opponent's hand. So that's a 2. 2 copies of this event just for extra pushing. You may choose 2 cards in your hand, put them into a waiting room. If you choose one character in battle and deal X damage to your opponent, and that character gets the following ability until end of turn, this card cannot deal damage to a player. X equals to that character's soul. Then 2 1-ups. When this card's placed on stage from your hand, you can draw 2, ditch 2, and then put up to 1 card from the top of your deck into your stock. And when this card attacks, you can pay 3. If you do, your opponent puts all their stock into their waiting room and puts the same amount of cards on the top of their deck into their stock, so it's a stock wash. And 1 copy of The Only Way is Attacking Draken memory. If your memory has 2 or more, becoming a man that's fitting. Takemichi, this card gets -1 level in your hand, and if this card's in your center stage, all your ranged character gets plus 1500 power. And then the last cards are the climax cards. 4 copies of the Draken Standby Climax for your level 1 CX combo stuff. And 4 copies of the Standby New Era for Delinquents for Mikey. Kind of. Right, there you go. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, check EncoreDecks.com, and a link in the description below to see an overview of the deck build.